Why do men die in silence? Because we have this particular version of a man as we expect him to be. A man never cries, a man never complains, a man never shows any form of weakness. He is meant to be an alpha male who does everything perfectly. You do everything but show any sign of weakness. We have so many women advocacy groups. How many of such do we have for men? And so I welcome you to Men's Health Unscripted. Today on the show, of course, I have with me Area Father himself, and we are talking about his prostate health diagnosis journey. Okay, like I told you earlier on the show in the last episode, he is a survivor of prostate cancer, and a lot of issues, came into that, and I actually salute his courage to speak up and actually educate all of us right now on the show. Area Father, welcome aboard. Good to have you again here.
Thank you.
And of course, the lady in the house, Doris Udensi, who is the CEO of Charlie Boy Foundation. Welcome aboard once again. Yes. Okay, if you missed the first episode of the show, check somewhere around here on the playlist. You will see it because you missed some things that are very vital. So let me go to the first question now. Okay. When you were first diagnosed of prostate cancer, what was your first reaction? Because the Charlie boy we know, I don't want to say we knew because that's still who you are. The Charlie boy we know is a lion of a man who doesn't care whose horse is God. You speak your truth, you talk your own anytime because you believe that our Momo don't do. Mm-hmm. How did you react? What was the first reaction of me, the whole me?
My Momo no read that because as a health freak, I'm always checking on myself. I'm always fussing over myself. Myself, they sweet me die. So even when mosquito bite me, I get kind of worried. And a better mosquito bite me, so I be in the demonic way. I be the sender from village, but yeah, I was always checking out. My PSA was never, to be within range. It has to be from 0 to I think 4. Okay, so but it was always under 4, and everybody would say to me, even though I was seeing all the symptoms, I was going through it. Oh, your PSA is good for your age, until I started complaining, but this thing is doing me a strong thing now. Until the doctor that helped to settle me asked me to go and do a particular test. MIR, what is that called? Yeah. So we now went straight to the heart of the matter, and he said we need to operate on you quickly because the build-up in your bladder is looking wonky. More or less, it was like forming cancerous. So that was it, and because I trusted him. He carried me along all the way, saying, this is what I've always been suspicious about. Now that we know what it is, let's dig in. I felt I was in a safe hand. And for me, as an adventurer, all I just wanted to do is just get better. So I submitted myself. And it was that experience that gave me that impetus to start the foundation. And the reason why men are very lackadaisical about getting a checkup, because we've been brainwashed from childhood. A man cannot cry, which is a lie.
It's a lie, men cry.
Yeah, because at least this man cries. Yeah.
And this man too.
Yes, that makes 2 of us. And men should chest whatever is their problem because it's a sign of weakness to show vulnerability, but I'm happy being vulnerable. Really. I'm happy being vulnerable. It doesn't matter. And that doesn't mean, I'm stupid. Yeah, you can fool me once or twice, but not all the time.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got something from what you said, but I will direct the question to Doris. You said you were going for some tests before, and then your peers, educating again, PSA was within range by popular literature, but that still did not, save you from, developing signs of, prostate until you did a confirmatory test. Would you say that some tests could be misleading from a medical point of view?
Sometimes tests can be misleading. Sometimes.
Why is that?
But always remember that PSA is telling you when your prostate is becoming cancerous. It's not telling you when it becomes enlarged. So
I'm confused here.
Yes.
Okay, so maybe you should explain the whole concept of PSA in layman's language to us. Because,
PSA is a number that tells you if this number is high. It's like a marker, right? If it's high, then we know that some form of cancer cells are forming in the prostate. Okay? So, when your prostate is enlarged, there's a whole lot of other symptoms you get. Like, you urinate very, very often. Sometimes before morning, if you go to bed at night, before morning, you can get up to between 4 to 10 times for some people to go use the bathroom. And then, when you urinate in, it will be painful. Okay? And the reason why it will become painful, like with him, when those substances that are when you're supposed to urinate and you're not emptying your bladder completely, the urine stays in there. It starts to calcify, right? It starts to form some crystals in your bladder.
Blocking the passage of urine.
Blocking your urine path. Even the enlarged prostate, when it gets big, because it's very, very close to the ureter, when it gets big, it starts to close up that passage. It starts to close it up, right? That way the urine cannot pass. And when the urine is not going out because it's supposed to go out, it starts to go back and start to build up calcium, start to calcify, building stones, both in your bladder and in your prostate gland. That's a different case altogether. Now, you have to remove those stones and you have to create a path for the urine to flow, which he has done the 2 surgeries. The first time he went and created a path for his urine to flow, because the prostate was really big. It was blocking the whole ureter. So urine cannot pass. He was having difficulty urinating. And even when you drink a little water, because it's not going anywhere, you feel so pressed. You feel so pressed that you need to go now. You need to go now. Sometimes you go, it's 1 drop that will come out, So those are all symptoms of enlarged prostate.
I'll come back to the symptoms. But I'm not sure you've answered my question. Why do some tests mislead? Why was it? It was having the test regularly, and it was so that it was always below 4.
Yes.
Why didn't it catch or detect?
Because at the point, the prostate was not cancerous.
Okay, while it was going for the test.
Yes,
okay,
at that
I
point.
get the point now.
So that's why the PSA stays normal. His PSA was normal because at the point there was no cancer cells there. So when the PSA start going high, that means the cancer cells are coming up. They're growing in there.
Okay. Without trying to sound too medical, because my goal is not to make it look like doctors talking, which will be very boring. This is Men's Health Unscripted. At what frequency should a man go for PSA check? I mean, so you can be safe. Right?
I say 2 times a year.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I would say 2 times a year. You know, because things can change drastically. Things can change real quick.
Right.
Okay. So if you do it normally once in a year, but if you have if you had his sons, because he had the history, you know, these things are genetic.
Okay.
You know, if you have history, already have this in your family, you check more often.
More often than
Yes.
someone who does not have it in the family.
Yes.
All right. Okay, so let me come back to the further. Why men die in silence? That's the topic we're talking about today. There are 2 reasons here. One is shame or stigma on the part of the person himself, and the other is reactions of family members, friends, and fans. Orientation. Let me ask you, in your own case, when people got to know the people, the fans, your family members, your friends, how did they react towards you? Pitying you, shaming you, or what? I mean, because from what you said, you never felt shy talking about it, because she said in the last episode that you could tell the world about your health at any point, and that was what helped you. So on your part, we can nullify the fact that you were not shy. But how did people close to you react to this?
I wouldn't really.
Well, you are there all the time.
I wouldn't really know how everybody was reacting, but I know some people were calling me out. How can you disgrace manhood?